Present perfect simple versus present perfect continuous. So in this video we'll have a look at present perfect versus present perfect continuous. The video is pitched at B1 level. It's okay, but it's more meant for B2 students. So for intermediate students it's okay. Upper intermediate or advanced students, this is a very good video to refresh present perfect versus present perfect continuous. So in this video, we'll have a look at the present perfect versus present perfect continuous. We'll have a look at the form, how to make the present perfect and present perfect continuous very quickly and briefly. The meaning and usage of the present perfect simple and the present perfect continuous. A lot more details there of those things. And then the pronunciation. Quickly how to pronounce the present perfect simple or pronunciation of the present perfect continuous. For more details, you can have a look at the other videos of present perfect and present perfect continuous. So sit back, enjoy, and let's have a look. So first of all, the form. Have you ever been to Laos? This is a present perfect, have plus been, or so have plus past participle, here been. No, I haven't been to Laos, haven't or hasn't plus past participle. I have been to Cambodia, it's the positive one, have plus past participle. For the present perfect continuous, have or has plus subject, been plus ing. How long have you been waiting? That's the present perfect continuous. I haven't been waiting long, so haven't or hasn't is the negative form, plus been plus ing, and its form here it's waiting. Positive one, I have only been waiting for 5 minutes, so have plus been plus ing is the form. So the meaning and usage, I have worked here for 10 years. I have been working here for 10 years. Basically, we're talking about an unfinished or ongoing action in this sense. So present perfect or present perfect continuous can be used for both, especially when you look at verbs with like, verbs like do or live or work or study. I have been living here for 10 years. I have lived here for 10 years. They're the same. They're unfinished, they're ongoing actions. You still live there and you will still live there tomorrow. So I have been living there for 10 years, or I have lived here, because do, live, work, or study, both of them are the same. This was for action verbs, but if you're looking at a state, an ongoing or unfinished state, you use the present perfect and not the present perfect continuous. For example, I've known my best friend here for almost 30 years. I have known is a state. You know the person or you don't know the person, not an action. You can't say, I have been knowing my friend for almost 13 years. So you would just say, I have known, because it's a state. Even though both of them are unfinished, states are present perfect and not present perfect continuous. I have written 3 emails. I have been writing for over an hour. We're talking about quantity. I have written 3 emails, which is present perfect. Or we're talking about duration. I have been writing all morning or for 1 hour. We're talking about the duration or the length. Then it's present perfect continuous. So how much versus how long, basically. How much, how many is present perfect. How many books has he written? He has written 10 books. Focusing on how much, how many, on the quantity. Present perfect continues to focus on the length of duration. How long? So how long has he been writing? How long? He has been writing since he was 12, or since he was 15. So we're focusing on the length of the duration. Present perfect continuous. How much, how many, the quantity, present perfect. The next one, I have just painted the bedroom. I have been painting the bedroom. We're talking here about finished versus unfinished actions. Let's have a look. Present perfect is used to talk about finished actions. I have painted the bedroom and can relax now. So you finished. You can do something else. Present perfect continues to focus on an ongoing action. I have been painting the bedroom for 3 hours and need a break. So you're going to have a quick stop, but afterwards you need to continue. You haven't finished yet. So that's the difference. Finished action, present perfect, I have painted. Still ongoing action, I have been painting. And the next one, you look sweaty, I have been running. Here we're having a look at cause and effect, basically. So evidence for a longer action. You look dirty. This is the evidence that you have. And the cause of this is basically, I have been working in the garden. The working is a long action. You've been working in the garden. And because you have been working in the garden, that's why you are now you look dirty. You're covered in mud, all kinds of things. So this gives you, this evidence is the cause, basically. Let's have a look at the pronunciation. Present perfect continuous and present perfect. The E for the present perfect is important. It's the same thing as the simple past. You've seen it already a few times, I'm sure. So you have t, d, and ud sounds. These are the same sounds as simple past. This is for regular verbs, not the irregular ones. So I have worked. T, k is a non-vibrating sound. Stopped. I watched. Missed. So these are non-vibrating sounds, and then use a t sound. It's the same thing for, now the different thing is grab, b is a vibrating, learn, vibrating, love, I loved, smile, vibrating, played, these are vibrating sounds. So before a vibrating sound, I use a d. So grabbed, learned, loved, smiled, played, in that sense. And the last one is the ut one. This is when you have a t sound, wanted, or d sound, decided, started, ended. You need to have this little extra sound to have no conflict between the t sound or d sound and the following sound. So waited, decided, started, ended. Contractions. So both present perfect and present perfect continuous use contractions. I've, he's, she's, it's, you've, they've, we've. These are the contractions. I've worked, I've been working is the same thing as the I've is contracted. He's, she's, it's, you've, they've, and we've. Then the negative also uses contractions. Haven't worked or hasn't been working. So you have haven't or hasn't. These are the contractions of the negative form. Haven't, hasn't, in that sense. Have, the auxiliary have or has is not really pronounced, is in the background. Have you worked? I've worked. I've, the is in the background. You need to hear it, but it's very faintly there in the background. Most of the time, students don't pronounce it because they haven't heard it, that you need to use this auxiliary verb. But I have worked, it just the v disappears a little bit in the background. Has he been working long? Been, again, the been is a little bit in the background. He's been working, he's been working, he's been, the he's been is a bit in the background, and working is what has the most stress. The negative ones are different. I've worked, she hasn't been waiting long. On the negative, you need to stress it because I need to know that it's, or people need to know that it's a negative form. I haven't worked, not I have worked, I haven't. I need to hear this stress there. We're at the end, so if you have any questions about the present perfect or present perfect continuous, just type them in the comments below and I will write to you back as soon as possible. You can also send me a direct message and I'll try to help you with all the questions you have. The next important thing is practice. So for more practice, go to the website christoph.abrot.com. I will put a direct link in the comments below, so you can just click on it and you can do some practice there on the present perfect versus the present perfect continuous in the different forms, so you can get the practice in the different forms, and this will help you better understand the difference. So go have a look at the website, click on the link and see how it works. So here on the website, you have some exercises, like I said, present perfect versus present perfect continuous. some practice exercises. The first one is some gap fill exercise, action versus state, where you get to practice those things. Next, some quantity versus length practice exercises, the difference there between present perfect and present perfect continuous. Then there's another third exercise, which is finished versus unfinished. Again, where you get to practice present perfect versus present perfect continuous. Another one, the fourth one, is evidence for a longer action versus a short action. Again, where you get to practice both, 10 practice exercises. And then at the end, there's like 10 more exercises trying to combine both, all four. So evidence versus a longer first, shorter, finished versus unfinished, quantity versus length, and like an action versus a state, where you get to practice all four of these things. If you scroll down, there's some more tenses and some more practice for the different tenses, as well as if you have some questions or comments, you can type in some questions and comments if you don't understand any of those exercises, or if some issues with the exercises, you can put them there. And then if you want some more practice, have a look at the website or on different social media, on Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, or Facebook. You can find some more videos and some more practice there as well. So follow, subscribe, or like. Again, you get up to date with the latest videos, and as well, the most important thing I would say are the links to the practice, which you can find there, and then you can practice some more. So go to the website, do some practice between present perfect versus present perfect continuous, and see how good you understand the difference between both of them. And if you still have some issues, just send me a comment or send me a message and I'll help you. So enjoy and good luck trying.